just saying, I'm going to make the best of this time, and he's showing up big time for the Bulldogs.
So here we go. Saturday afternoon lacrosse, we're underway, and Nicholas Ramsey wins the opening faceoff for the Bulldogs. Ramsey took every faceoff last weekend, split time. There's Bragg once again, going one-on-one with the long stick. Gives it up for Brian Tevlin, and a score early. Leo Johnson gets things going.
Great ball movement here out of Yale. You're going to see it start with an initial dodge up top, and then 2 quick passes, getting it down to that wing to Leo Johnson, that spot that he loves on the wing.
Johnson the first year out of Greenwich.
Jack probably had the best preseason ever that he's had for us, but Jared just outplayed him. He's just been there.
Mike Tobin goes high and scores. Oh, his brother Kevin's out today, but Mike's here, and he ties the game at 1.
Mike Tobin does a really great job of using his size to advantage. Or, you know, Umass, we're looking at a lot of these attackmen who are not really as big. So you're going to see a little wing dodge, gets down, gets below his defenseman, Esbach, and then
out through the first couple games, has 6 goals, now 66 in his career. Great feed and a big-time save. Shot was low from Logan Solberg, and Note made his first stop.
Yeah, it's seeing the ball really well on that shot. And Solberg just, you know, a worm burner low to low. He's got to change the plane on that.
Brandow!
And
it's 2-1 Yale, but they're going to throw the flag.
Yeah, that's not going to be a goal. That's going to be a goal mouth issue where this is going to be a rule that everyone's going to talk about. Are they? I'm assuming that they're going to wave that goal off because he landed in the goal mouth. And really, any goal, even if a guy's pushed into the goal.
Seconds left on the opportunity for the Bulldogs. Bragg fires and scores. There's the first of the year, and a 2-1 Yale lead.
Wow. Bragg has just a cannon, and he's just a big player, and he gets those arms back and creates such velocity with with that shot. Gets the time and room, it fires out to him up top. And I think Brandow was in the middle, and he just ducked. Brandow just said, I'm not.
On this UMass team led by 28th year head coach Greg Cannella. Second longest active tenure at one school. Big save, Paquette. Rebound put home by Prosick. Gabriel Prosick scores his 6th of the year, and we have a very high pace in the early going.
Prosick did a great job just picking up the garbage and putting away. He gave Yale fits a couple of years ago. I think a lot of people forget that was in the 2020 season. That was the only loss that Yale had. Another surprising loss. Yale was number 1, and UMass was able to knock him off. A great play. The biggest loss for them today, leading scorer from last year.
Saracolo, transfer from Hartford, one of 3 transfers on attack that the Minutemen brought in this season. Pass low, oh my goodness, Mike Tobin.
Wow, Tobin playing for both brothers.
Tobin with a highlight reel goal, and UMass goes up 3-2, 7:07 to go in the first quarter here in New Haven.
Playing with heart, every guy stepping up to see what he can do to make his team better, and that's what you need, playing it together as a team.
Grant Breo gets it past Paquette.
What beautiful, what great timing for it. Just this UMass team keeps grinding, and somebody from Yale's got to make a play. One of them, and that can't happen, so they need to tighten that part up, and then they just got to start getting some better shots at maybe some higher angles to put the ball behind the Note.
Note had 5 saves in the first quarter. Paquette had 7. And UMass scores again. It is 5-2 as Tim Hoynes converts.
Tim Hoynes just really getting to the middle of the field here. Sweeping across the field, hands free, gets a nice shot.
Hoynes, the senior out of Cheshire, Connecticut, scores his 2nd goal of the season, had not had much playing time. Herrera can get going. Yale's 2nd leading scorer to start the season. He gives it up. Big shot, score, it's Tevlin.
That's really what Yale needs, and they need to build on that momentum right now. But Again, we talk about the shots that Yale's getting. Cabrera dodging. Everybody's looking at him. He makes that pass to Tevlin, who's got a great step-down shot, but he's also taking that shot from the middle of the field. He takes big step down and gets that ball going high to low so that that goalie has to turn, find where the ball's coming.
And Paquette, another big-time stop. That was Shane O'Leary, and Paquette is just rolling. Rankins to shoot for the Bulldogs, who trail by just 2. Brad Sharp out in front, and Brandow gets on the board.
Great dodge by Brad Sharp, and just keeping his eyes up, being able to see that cross field pass. Dodged a little wing dodge down the alley. Eyes are up, and Brandow just gets lost behind that UMass defense.
Doesn't get any easier than that for the All-American. So now Yale with a chance to tie. Brandow in front. Solberg couldn't get on it. Now Brandow scores! And we're tied up at 5.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this replay because I couldn't see. It happened so quick. Brandow catches a shot, and then it deflects off a UMass defender, and he picks that back up and buries it in the back of the net. That's just a beautiful play.
Second in a row for Brandow, third in a row for Yale in 2019. So let's see where the Minutemen go out of the timeout. Tobin had the 2 goals in the first quarter. Here he comes again, and he scores. A hat trick for Mike Tobin.
You see a great move here, down to the side. Bites, inside rolls, and just a great play. And you always talk about times when a coach will call a timeout, and all of a sudden it ends up a goal for the other team. This is things going well for the Minutemen. With just some of the lucky bounces are really kind of going their way. They almost lost the ball on their clear before.
Johnson ties it again.
Johnson with a great dodge from X, getting his hands free. There's a pick. Not a great switch there, and then he's just able to get above goal line extended and go 5-hole on note.
2 goals today for Leo Johnson on goal in favor of the Minutemen. And each team 7 for 14 on the face-offs as that one inside the post and home for Shane O'Leary.
And I was going to say before, UMass, you say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and this is another instance where almost lose a ground ball here. Defenseman dives at it, and then he's out of position, and you end up with an uncontested you alone with the goalie. Those are the plays that you have to capitalize on them when.
Evelyn, who scored his first goal of the season earlier, had a steam here for Bragg. Thomas Bragg out in front. Brandow! One time, and he ties the game at 7.
Very similar to that play we saw earlier with Brad Sharp dodging down the wing and finding Brandow on the back door. A great dodge. Slide comes late, but when it does, Brandow's left wide open. No second slide there to Brandow.
Another hat trick for Brandow. 9 goals on the season and 69. First time in a couple of weeks playing a tight game. If you're UMass, right, played that 1-goal game, a loss against Army in the opener, as this is loose out in front and it deflected in. I think Prosick will get credit for it, but how about that for a goal to give UMass the lead back?
Really was about to just give Chris Fake such a great job. You talk about when a guy's cutting, checking down on his hands, and it looks like we were a little bit off on that. So the pass comes, check the stick, and it just bobbles right in. And so you talk about how do we bail them out. They need to put points on the board if they want to win this game, because this UMass team is just not giving an inch, and they just keep coming and keep coming. The intensity is there.
Prosick goes low and scores. 9-7, UMass leads. 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the third quarter And the Minutemen on top here in New Haven. Umass on top, alongside Patrick Reed and our entire crew here in New Haven. I'm Justin Galanti. Glad to be spending an early Saturday afternoon with you. Another face-off win for a moment for the Minutemen, still loose around midfield, and Brandau's going to come get it. Big play from the All-American. Quickly, Cabrera scores!
Coming out of that timeout, Yale playing with intensity and a sense of urgency. They need to have that sense of urgency. Lost the ground ball and then came back. Beautiful play by Brandau there. He knew somebody was coming behind him, and you watch when that ground ball comes to him, and he's just protecting it, makes that great pass to Cabrera.
Today. Cabrera gives for Solberg, the sophomore from Los Angeles. And Solberg gets walled off, and it's picked up. Great play by Wygand again.
Look out, they've got numbers.
Unsettled situation, long stick shot, score. Wygand, 2-goal Umass lead.
Everybody loves a pole goal, and you had to know that was coming. He's got his room there. He's looking around. He doesn't get that opportunity very often, but he's coming up the field and just arms free. Those shots are so hard for the goalie to stop. You'll see it's a nice high to low bouncer. And Paquette doesn't really have a
seconds left in the quarter. Cabrera fires it, and he missed low and wide. Clock stops at 3.1 seconds. Brandau, Keeb, quick shot, score! With less than a second left in the quarter. How big is that?
That is a huge goal for Yale, and this is what we talk about with momentum. Here's the question. Every time Yale lands one of these knockout blows, UMass responds. And how are they going to respond? They've got a face-off here that's going to take us, that'll just burn off this 0.3 seconds, and then they're going to have to rebound after that.
Scoring the first goal of his game to make it a 10-9 ball game as we start the fourth. Johnny Kibe, the first year out of Jamesville, New York, up in the Syracuse area, super highly ranked recruit. Brandau, Cabrera, we're tied!
Wow, Yale responds. What a great play. Wins the faceoff, loses a quick turnover, and then just fighting for it back. Quick ball movement from Johnson to Brandau to Cabrera on that back door. And just a great ride from Tevlin is the one that creates that turnover and gets the ball for Yale.
Paquette will deserve tons of credit. He has 17 saves now today. Here's Bragg with a goal. Gives it up for Leo Johnson. Skip pass. Hackler! It squeaks through! And the Bulldogs retake the lead.
Yale starting to feel it, starting to move the ball, let the ball do the work, get this defense moving, finding somebody open with time and room, and finding a way to beat Note. You can't let Note just step in and see the ball. And Hackler they move that ball around. It gets to him.
Breo gets knocked down. Good defense by Tevlin. Shane O'Leary dodging his way through. What a shot! And he scores!
And it looks like I'm going to figure that might be a slash, so they may be going on the man up. That is it's just a beautiful play, fighting through the bodies. Woo.
How do you do that?
Backhand shovel pass, that is just playing free.
So we're tied at 11, and now we'll get the call. Push this one off. Patrick Hackler. Now it's Bragg. 30 seconds to shoot for Yale. Biggest possession of the game. Winding up, score! Brad Sharp. Bulldogs lead.
What a shot from Brad Sharp.
Sharp puts Yale ahead. 5:20 to go.
I keep thinking back to my pregame conversation with Coach Cannella today and just the smile that he had.
Arant gives it up. Great pass. We're tied. Prosick. It is 12-12.
I really wonder if he knew this was coming. And it's funny, they score, and Coach Cannella is all over the official right now. And Tevlin there with that individual defense, really trying to take the ball away. And you want to say, don't let him get topside. Force him low and force him behind the net instead of letting him get topside so that he can make that pass.
I'm right.
Anything is possible.
Tevlin throws it the length of the field. And we are headed to overtime here in New Haven. My goodness, what a game. And how about this? Back in 2019, Yale 12, Umass 11 in OT. We are pretty darn close to that. As this one, 12-12 at the end of regulation. As the teams get together, and a game this good, I think, deserves a little bit extra.
It does, and you gotta love Coach Cannella still